Greetings and salutations, this is Huge Ass, and I'm back. It's been a little while, I've been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm back now. I've got quite a few videos on the back burner, about 7 or 8 actually, and it's a bit difficult to pick which one to do first. So I thought I'd do something a little bit fun and just get into the swing of things. This is an article from the Ronson Writer. I'm not sure if it's a real newspaper or not. I suspect it's not. It seems like a bit of a joke site. But that's okay, it's a bit of fun. This is an article from October 2007, so it's a bit old. Let's read through it. Husband convicted of manslaughter after Dutch oven goes horribly wrong. Mr. Brian Flannery was convicted of second-degree manslaughter today at Beckham Crown Court, receiving a 5-year suspended sentence for the accidental death of his wife, Gloria Flannery, by toxic suffocation, after he gave her a Dutch oven that went, as the judge described it, horribly, horribly wrong. The case for the prosecution argued for the charge of murder, putting it to the court that late one weekday evening, as Mrs. Flannery was reading a Jackie Collins novel in bed and unwinding for sleep, she was suddenly and forcibly pinned under the duvet by Mr. Flannery, who sealed the edges with his weight, while simultaneously releasing an enormous bolus of flatulence, which displaced all the available oxygen, so that Mrs. Flannery passed out nearly instantly and was dead within 30 seconds. Arguing for the defence, Mr. Cavendish QC stated that Mr. Flannery was deeply upset and regretful. The incident was intended as a light-hearted practical joke. Indeed, it was the first time Mr. Flannery had even tried what is commonly known on the street as a Dutch oven, and even then, only after hearing some friends talking one evening in the pub after five-a-side football about doing it to their wives all the time. They argue that Mr. Flannery had miscalculated 2 crucial factors which led to the tragic outcome. The first being Mrs. Flannery's military tucking in of the 600-weight cotton sheets when she made the bed that morning, which created a near airtight seal. Secondly, Mr. Flannery had neglected to remember that he had attended a long business lunch at an Indian restaurant on Brick Lane that day, at which he had consumed a dozen onion bhajis, 8 papadum, 6 samosas, and an extra-large beef vindaloo with garlic naan, all washed down with 8 pints of Guinness beer. That was a heck of a lunch. The resulting trap wind, which he had released within a 6-inch proximity of Mrs. Flannery's face, came in at around 6 litres of gas, of 95% methane by volume. During sentencing, the judge, the Honourable Dane Roberts, said, "I accept that you did not intend your wife should die in this manner, and I note both your grief and regret, which is why I will suspend your sentence on the grounds of time already served. Nonetheless, the conviction remains in the hope that you will be an example to other husbands and boyfriends across the UK, an ray of light to their long-suffering wives and girlfriends, that this frankly gross and often dangerous practice can no longer be taken lightly, or risk facing such tragic consequences as you have." Outside the court, an emotional and weary Mr. Flannery said, "I am truly very sorry for what I did to my wife, and living with the guilt of what I have done is punishment enough. I just hope that others will learn from my mistake. I swear I will never, ever fart in a woman's face again, at least not in private." What does that mean? He's going to do it in public? Anthony Rowley, this is your level of court case. Go to it, mate. And I think there's only one more thing to say about this particular article. It blows me away. So there's nothing left to do but cue the corgi.
You're despicable.
Ooh, fallacy, fallacy, fallacy! Ooh!